Hello everyone, my name is SeaTactics for the win, and welcome back to the second episode of my 2018 version of the 12 Days of Anime. And just a little quick reminder that you guys should be following the at 12 Days of Anime Twitter on Twitter, and BB's World, and just anyone else who's really affiliated with 12 Days of Anime, and anybody who is doing 12 Days of Anime this year. There's a lot of people doing 12 Days of Anime every year. I think Anime Man does it every year or something. That's what I've heard. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. So with that being said, just, be cool. Go watch other people's 12 Days of Anime videos. I'll be doing the same, so do it along with myself. It's good for the anime community, helps us all out, and it's not like you have to watch everybody's videos. Just another person's videos will do, just like one. So with that being said, today's episode of 12 Days of Anime is, of course, you should watch Planet With. I'm going to give you three just like general things I really enjoyed about the anime, and then I'm going to give you three reasons why you should watch, and that will be pretty much the last part of this video. So if you don't know, Planet With came out in the summer 2018 season, and it's an anime that I really enjoyed in the summer 2018 season when there really wasn't much happening, because that season was pretty much devoid of really good anime, and the same for the fall 2018 season as well. But it is from the studio JC Staff. They've been around since the 80s producing OVAs. They're kind of the OGs, and well, they have a revolving staff, but their name is a part of the OGs. So with that being said, Planet With, it's hard to say what this anime is about without spoiling too much. I'm just going to go by what the synopsis on my anime list says. It says, Kuroi Soya is a high schooler living a peaceful life despite having no memories of his past. One day, however, his town is attacked by one of the mysterious nebula weapons. Together with the cat-like Sensei and the gothic Lolita Ginkgo, Soya gets dragged into a battle against 7 superheroes who protect the town. What is Soya's reason to fight? The answer lies in his memories. And this is like a cool thing in this story. So Soya is our main character. He's obviously not the bad guy, but he's kind of the anti-hero as he has to go against these 7 heroes. And this is actually one of the things I mentioned, I think, in my review for this anime, which you can find on my channel. I love that concept of having the hero be a hero, but fight the heroes. And it's something that anime doesn't do that much. They kind of did it with Code Geass, though Code Geass takes that direction a bit further, and the same thing with Death Note. But Planet With is one of those anime where you're watching it and you realize there are things wrong with it. It's kind of like Symphogear, as Symphogear has many problems with it, just like basic problems that they shouldn't have. Planet With has problems because it's so ambitious. These anime have different kind of issues, but they both have, the same kind of problems, and they're kind of trying to accomplish the same thing. Symphogear is trying to be this fun action anime. Planet With is trying to be this fun action anime as well, but it's taking a lot of inspirations from a lot of other different genres. Of course, it's a mecha anime, so it's taking inspiration from things like Evangelion, but it's not doing so in a blatantly unoriginal sense like Darling in the Franxx did. Darling in the Franxx is basically just kind of like Evangelion light, and Planet With takes it in different directions and goes places you would never expect it to go. And this is from the same guy who created Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, and if you don't know what this manga is, I could do a 12 days of anime, I guess a 12 days of manga, right, on Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. This series is so damn good, and I haven't finished it yet, and it's one of those ones that I've had to put on hold because of my other priorities, but what I've read of it has been absolutely fantastic. Planet With is basically everything a Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer anime adaptation should really be. If we're going to get a Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer adaptation soon, I think JC Staff should be doing it. Maybe UFO Table could do a Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer adaptation. That would be weird, but I would like to see how they could try doing that. But we're talking about Planet With here. So it's from the same guy who created this cult hit. Because of him being attached to this being his story, the first 7 episodes kind of serve as an intro for the rest of this series, and this is where you're either going to be turned off by this or not, but either way, even if you are turned off by this, if you sit through the first 7 episodes and you watch them and you pay attention like you're supposed to, and then you watch episodes 8 through 12, even if you don't like the first 7 episodes, you will love the last 8 to 12 episodes. I really like this concept, and I know it's not something modern anime fans really enjoy. Like, if you got an anime recently, you're used to the really quick, get in, get out kind of storytelling that a lot of anime do these things. Storytelling that, might gimp on a couple things, but doesn't have to make you think about too many things and doesn't overwhelm you. Planet With is one of those anime where the pacing is very questionable in the first 7 episodes, and you're wondering why it is revealing things at the rate it's revealing, and you think every episode, I could drop this series at any moment, and that's because the series' first 7 episodes are frankly, without knowing what happens in episodes 8 through 12, it feels like nothing is really going on here. It just feels like a bunch of things happening without any really purpose or meaning behind them. Because in the first, 7 episodes, you're being introduced to this weird, eclectic cast of characters, and they're really fun. Don't think there's a character I actually hate in this series. I love the villains, I love the heroes, I love Soya, I love all the side characters like Ginkgo, I like the cat. Every single character in this anime I really enjoyed, and I thought they were developed really well. And that's really what these first 7 episodes are dedicated to. They're kind of episodic, but they're dedicated to these characters and building these characters each episode individually and introducing kind of cool little powers and stuff like that these characters have, and just building up the show's concepts. And that's what the first 7 episodes are in a nutshell. And a lot of people, like I said, will dislike that because it takes 7 episodes to basically introduce the concepts of the series. And you would think that they're going to have a rough time in those last 8 to 12 episodes, but they don't. You should definitely watch Planet With because of these last 8 to 12 episodes. And it's because of series like Planet With that take its time to develop a story and puts effort into telling a story that maybe the viewer doesn't get at first, that I love anime. Planet With is an anime's anime, if you get what I mean by that. It takes a lot of great things that I've come to love through anime when I was a kid. Back in the early 2000s, I was watching a lot of early 90s stuff, and mid 90s and late 90s, of course. I was watching lots of anime when I was a kid, and a lot of anime these days, they don't do what Planet With does. And Planet With, if you like 90s anime, this is something you should absolutely check out. And it's because of these last 8 to 12 episodes. So if you don't know what these last 8 to 12 episodes do, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but the last 8 to 12 episodes, every single episode is a climax, is an ending. And what I mean by that is, episode 8 could be the ending to the series. But they do this thing where in episode 8, they will end the series basically, and then go, but hold on, there is this other thing that was developed throughout this episode, now we have to dedicate another episode to it. And then episode 9 is another ending for the show. And this repeats until you get to episode 11 and 12, which are basically 2 parts. And it is such an incredible way that they paced these episodes and their concept of telling this story of where, like, yeah, you have to sit through these 7 episodes. And yeah, some people will hate that, some people love it, but we can all agree it's very weird storytelling. But it rewards the viewer for sitting through these episodes, whether you love it or hate it. And that's what I love about this. I mean, how many anime do you get where the last 4 or 5 episodes are literal ends to the series? There aren't a lot. And of course, the other 2 reasons you should be watching this, of course, is because, not only because of these climaxes to the series in the last 4 to 5 episodes, but because of the great action. This anime has incredible action. I haven't seen an anime quite like this, pull off action like this since, well, I guess this year's Fate Stay Night. And I truly mean that. This anime does mech battles in such a way that's amazing. It also has really good CGI models. The CGI, take it or leave it at times, but the CGI models are incredible. And they look great. And they have a lot of these mechs fight in CG a lot of time. And it looks good because it's well choreographed, and 2, the models look great. And while the animation is sometimes kind of choppy, it's CG, Sometimes you're just going to get that. Even Land of the Lustrous looked a little bit choppy at time, and Land of the Lustrous is hands down the best looking CGI anime of all time, and is the reason why I kind of respect CGI more. And I guess the last reason is because of these characters. These characters, you care about these characters by the end of it. You really get to appreciate these characters. They're funny, they're really entertaining, and most important of all, they're all important to the story. So with that being said, that's another 12 Days of Anime. Come back tomorrow with another episode of the 12 Days of Anime. I want to thank BB's World for putting all this together, for being the host this year, and I want to thank everyone else participating in the 12 Days of Anime. Follow the 12 Days of Anime Twitter so that you can get a bunch of just great videos being posted daily for 12 days of just people making 12 Days of Anime videos, and I hope you all do that, because this is a great thing and I want to support it, and I want people to follow 12 Days of Anime and watch all these videos and discover new creators, because this is what the AniTube community is about, is discovering new people with new and different opinions and letting those opinions flourish and letting those people and their channels flourish, and I love it. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Give this video a like if you haven't already, and of course, if you've seen Planet With, what are your thoughts on Planet With, and did my video convince you to go and watch, or did it not? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. And finally, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a 12 Days of Anime from me, and go check out last year's 12 Days of Anime. I did one last year. So with that being said, I love you all, I appreciate all the support you give me, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.